In order to look into the disappearance of Rachel Solando, a patient at Ashcliff Hospital for the Criminally Insane on Shutter Island, Boston Harbor, U.S. Marshal Edward Teddy Daniels and his new partner Chuck all travel there in 1954. Rachel Solando had previously drowned her 3 children. Dr. John Cawley, the psychiatrist, seems to be leading an uncooperative staff. The marshals find out that shortly after Solando vanished, his doctor, Dr. Lester Sheehan, had taken a vacation off the island. Teddy suffers from migraine headaches, vivid visions of his wife Dolores, who perished in a fire started by arsonist Andrew Leddies, and flashbacks of his time as a soldier in the U.S. Army during the liberation of Dachau. Teddy tells Chuck that he took the case because he thought Leddies was on the island. When Solando reappears out of nowhere, she takes Teddy to be her spouse. Later, Teddy sneaks inside Leddies' restricted Ward C and finds patient George Noyce, who seems to know Teddy. He informs Teddy that certain patients are sent to a lighthouse to have their lobotomies as part of the physician's experimentation on them. Teddy is cautioned not to trust Chuck and that everyone is lying to him. Chuck and Teddy get back together and head up the cliffs toward the lighthouse, but they end up splitting up. Teddy descends, thinking he has seen Chuck's body on the rocks below, but all he discovers is a cave hidden by a lady pretending to be the real Solando. She claims to be a former psychiatrist who was forced to participate in covert trials to create mind control. She claims that Teddy's military trauma will be used by Cawley and Dr. Naring to stage a psychotic episode so they may commit him as well. When Teddy arrives back at the hospital, Cawley welcomes him. Teddy asks Chuck where he is, and Cawley tells him that he came on the island by himself and doesn't have a companion. Teddy goes to the lighthouse, believing that Chuck has been taken there, but he encounters Naring there, who tries to put Teddy to sleep. After Teddy subdues him and gains entry into the lighthouse, he finds Cawley there waiting for him. Teddy approaches Cawley and tells him about his meeting with Solando, claiming to think Cawley is testing him. Teddy has been taking chlorpromazine, a neuroleptic prescription, for 2 years, but Cawley swears that Teddy has not been drugged and denies the existence of Solando. This is why Teddy has tremors. When Chuck shows up, he says he's actually Dr. Sheehan. According to Cawley, Teddy is actually Andrew Leddies, a U.S. Marshal who killed his manic-depressive wife after she drowned their 3 children while he was in prison at Ashcliff. After Dolores set fire to their apartment, Andrew did not seek treatment for her. Instead, he moved his family to a lake cottage, where Dolores carried out the murders. Cawley clarifies that Andrew had constructed the false identity of Edward Daniels, a violent marshal who propagated conspiracy theories about the prison, and that his migraines and hallucinations are signs of withdrawal. Andrew's delusion is a result of his guilt. The investigation is really a sophisticated role play to restore his real identity. His new memory overwhelming him, Andrew passes out. After some while, Andrew awakens and reassuringly tells the physicians what happened, demonstrating his lucidity. They had reached this point 9 months prior, but Cawley observes that Andrew had rapidly deteriorated. He threatens to have Andrew removed from life because of his violent behavior toward the guards and other patients, including Noyce, and says that this is his final opportunity. Later, Andrew and Sheehan unwind on the hospital property. Andrew calls Sheehan Chuck once more and declares that they have to leave the island, seeming to be insane. Sheehan gestures for Cawley, who gives the order to lobotomize Andrew. The question to live as a monster, or to die as a good man, is posed by Andrew to Sheehan. Andrew is called Teddy by a shocked Sheehan, but he does not answer and quietly departs with the orderlies for his procedure.